You have tuned into NCC News TeXas and abroad here on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any news in your area that you think is newsworthy, please send us the source link and destination of the story. We broadcast out of Southeast Texas, but we cover North, South, East and West Texas as well as surrounding areas. If you want to hear about the areas that you are in, let us know what your city and state is. We look forward to hearing from you. Our photojournalist is DT Collins, who has worked for or created content for television, radio and print production with over 20 years of experience. Don't forget to subscribe to NCC News TeXas. We are sponsored by NeBOE Connection and Affiliates. We are NCC News TeXas and abroad. Tune in and watch each episode as we spread the news in your area. If you have news that you want aired here on NCC News TeXas, send it to us. NeBOEmarketing@yahoo.com. We want to keep you informed through each broadcast. Here's our first story.
Story by author Brett Strahan. In Vidor, Texas, the Department of Public Safety and Vidor Police responded to a fatal two-car wreck at Elizabeth on Main in Vidor this evening between a Yukon and a SUV. According to Vidor Police Chief Rod Carroll, Vidor PD received a call about a reckless driver in a maroon Yukon traveling northbound in the 1400 block of North Main at about 6:40 p.m. Just minutes after, the caller relayed that the out-of-control Yukon had just struck another car head-on. According to a press release from JP Precinct 2, both drivers were unconscious when officers arrived. Then one officer noticed that one of the drivers was not breathing. The officers immediately removed the woman from the car and began doing life-sustaining medical care. Unfortunately, their efforts were not successful. According to Orange County JP Precinct 2, Judge Chad Jenkins, the 30-year-old woman, whose name has not yet been released, was pronounced dead at the scene. Jenkins says that an autopsy has been ordered. An investigation by the Vidor PD Traffic Unit and Criminal Investigation Unit shows that the Yukon was speeding down the road when it suddenly crossed into the southbound lane and collided with the other car. The driver of the Yukon was taken to Christus Street, Elizabeth Hospital in serious condition. A child was in the other car secured in a safety seat. They were also transported Christus Street, Elizabeth in non-life-threatening condition. Vidor PD is still investigating what led to the crash. This is a developing story. We will update with more if and when we receive more confirmed information. Come out and experience our power-packed services on Sunday mornings. Beginning at 9:30 a.m. we have several classes teaching us daily living, not just to say we're Christians but living a lifestyle of Christianity. Our men meet every Sunday morning as our pastor teaches us how to be kingdom men. If you're a man in the Orange and Beaumont area, come on out. This class is strictly for men. We've had big turnouts each week, and then the excitement carries on over into our Sunday morning worship begins at 11 a.m., which is where our praise and worship team and choir minister in music. Then we meet again on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. as our pastor and First Lady E.B. Lindsay and Josie Lindsay tag team to teach us and help us get an understanding of the scriptures in Bible study to help us get through each day. 2800 Bob Hall Road, Orange, Texas, 77630. Get pre-qualified for an auto lease in Nederland, Texas. JK Chevrolet near Beaumont, Orange and Port Arthur, Texas. If you are looking for an auto loan near Beaumont or Nederland, JK Chevrolet can get you pre-approved quickly. When it comes to an auto lease near you, we understand that every customer has specific needs and we handle the vehicle's financing process to fit those needs. Our finance department at JK Chevrolet works with multiple financial institutions to deliver a hassle-free loan process for your next Chevrolet vehicle in. We offer competitive interest rates and affordable payments on auto leases for Beaumont and Port Arthur drivers. Ask for Dylan and let him know that NCC News TeXas sent you. Please call Dylan today at 409-550-6784 to get you the vehicle you're looking for.
In Waco, Texas, a Fox 44 update. The suspect in the death of a woman whose body was found in a brush fire in Robinson last year has been brought back to McLennan County from Kansas, where he was being handled on other charges. Derek Joseph Dagno remained held in the McLennan County Jail Monday in lieu of a $1 million bond on the murder charge. He was named as a suspect in the death of 26-year-old Mandy Rose Reynolds, whose body was found near Heston Circle in Robinson in April 2023. Robinson police had identified Dagno as a suspect early in their investigation, and found evidence to link him to the Wichita, Kansas area. Robinson investigators contacted authorities there to keep an eye out for him. Dagno was spotted in a vehicle reported stolen out of Texas, and when Wichita officers tried to pull him over on April 8, 2023, he sped off and rammed several police units during a high-speed chase. He was ultimately taken into custody and held on a total of 15 charges in the Sedgwick County, Kansas jail. In January 2024, he entered guilty pleas to fleeing or attempting to elude an officer's, aggravated battery, criminal possession of a weapon by a convicted felon and theft. In March, a judge in Kansas sentenced him to 111 months, or just over 9 years, in prison on those charges. Robinson police said neither the victim nor the suspect had any ties to the area and appeared to be passing through when the body was taken to the location where it was found.
A la mexicana. Fresh all the time. 190 North 11th Street.
Our customers enjoy the atmosphere while watching us prepare their meals.
The food is outstanding here. I've been here when the first day go. Come and enjoy yourself here.
These are two of our loyal customers.
Oh yeah, they got wonderful food, man. I recommend them very highly. Come here and eat, you're gonna get some money for it.
Beaumont, Texas 77702. Call 409-600-0612 to pay order your meal.
A la Mexicana. Fresh all the time. 190 North 11th Street. Beaumont, Texas. 77702. Call 409-600-0612 to pre-order your meal.
A la mexicana. Fresh all the time.
We create our flour and corn tortillas by hand daily.
In North Richland Hills, Texas, a fight between neighbors in a North Richland Hills neighborhood left one person dead. Police say they received a 911 call on Sunday around 3 p.m. about a shooting at a home in the 7500 block of Windhaven Road. Officers there found a 48-year-old man who had been shot in the front yard of a home. The man was taken to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police say the shooter was a 60-year-old man who was his neighbor. He remained at the scene and was later arrested. The suspect's name will be released once he's officially booked and charged. The victim's name hasn't been released yet. It's unknown what led to the fight. The investigation is ongoing. We open at 11 a.m. here at Rosie's Soul Food and we won't disappoint you. You can smell all the deliciousness from the parking lot. Our customers are enjoying our meatloaf, black-eyed peas, navy beans, and cornbread and snacking on peach cobbler. We are ready to serve lunch starting at 11 a.m. Come on by if you're in the area.
If you are interested in purchasing a burn a gun or any of its accessories, contact DT Collins at perfectedimage-hustle@gmail.com. Contact DT Collins at perfectedimage-hustle@gmail.com.
If you're looking for that good homemade tasting burger, Hamburger Depot is the place to go. Get your choice of not one, or two, but get a triple patty burger with cheese. Hamburger Depot, originated out of Jasper, Texas but now can be found at several locations including Beaumont, Texas at 1652 West Cardinal Drive, Beaumont, Texas, 77705. In Temple, Texas, according to Fox 44, police report a 25-year-old Temple man has been arrested in connection with a May 23 shooting on South 1st Street. Marcus Laron Mays Jr. remained in the Bell County Jail Monday on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Temple police reported officers responded to South 1st Street and West Avenue M about 10:30 p.m. Thursday on a report of an assault with a gun. Arriving officers found a victim with what appeared to be a gunshot wound, and were able to speak with him before he was transported to a hospital. He told officers he was involved in a verbal altercation with the suspect on the north side of Temple, which resulted in him being shot. Officers identified Mays as a suspect and were able to find him at his home, taking him to the Bell County Jail without further incident. His bond was set at $175,000.
A la Mexicana. Fresh all the time. 180 North 11th Street, Beaumont, Texas. Located inside of Fulies Exxon Auto Plaza. 409-600-0612.
We offer breakfast and lunch Monday through Friday. Quellies offer competitive gas prices and open 24 hours per day, Sunday through Saturday.
Dallas police are looking for the person who shot and killed a woman who was in a vehicle with an infant. Officers found an SUV riddled with bullets around 4 a.m., near I-30 and Carroll Avenue, just east of downtown Dallas. The woman, 23-year-old Takara Nashe Reese Wyndham, had been shot several times and died at the hospital. The 5-month-old baby inside the vehicle was hit by shattered glass, but was not shot. It's not clear how badly the child was hurt. Police think the victim knew the person who killed her. They have not released a description of the shooter.
The Waco Police Department is asking the public for help in locating a missing teen boy last seen on Sunday, May 26. Police said 17-year-old Joshua Williams Jr. was last seen near a bus stop on Franklin Avenue and New Road around 6 p.m. on Sunday. Joshua is 6 feet 0 inches and weighs about 130 pounds. He was last seen wearing a blue hoodie, light blue jeans, and black shoes. His family said Joshua is extremely shy and they are concerned for his safety. If you have any information, please contact the Waco Police Department at 254-750-7500.
Unlimited edition.
Perfected Image creates marketing tools, including ebooks, commercials, doodle videos, posters, banners, flyers, business cards, video editing, audio cleanup and much more. Contact DT Collins at perfectedimage@yahoo.com.
Story by roll of BBC News. American actor Johnny Wachter has been shot dead in Los Angeles by a thief who was trying to steal a part from his car. The 37-year-old suffered fatal injuries after interrupting 3 men who were attempting to remove the catalytic converter from his parked vehicle. Wachter, who previously featured in the U.S. soap opera General Hospital, was pronounced dead early on Saturday. His agent David Schall told Variety he was an outstanding human being. He continued, "He would literally give you the shirt off his back. After over a decade together, he will leave a hole in our hearts forever." Wachter's mother Scarlett told NBC4 her son was returning to his car after work and discovered a man tampering with it. Believing it was being towed and not suspecting danger, he approached the man to ask what was happening, then was immediately shot. She told the outlet the suspect fled with 2 other men, and described her son's killing as senseless. The incident happened at the corner of West Pico Boulevard and South Hope Street in downtown LA. No arrests have been made. Wachter's brother, Grant, told the LA Times reported that Wachter had been working as a bartender on Saturday and was walking a coworker to her car after when he was killed. "He was one of the most charismatic people I knew. Because when he talked or listened, you could tell it was genuine," his brother said. "He lived life his way. He did exactly what he wanted, even to his last day. He walked the walk." A tribute shared by producers at General Hospital said South Carolina-born Wachter was truly one of a kind and a pleasure to work with each and every day. As well as a 2-year stint on the show as Brando Corbin, Wachter also starred in the 2013 NBC series Siberia and featured in 2 episodes of HBO's Westworld. Catalytic converters are valuable targets for thieves as they contain precious metals which can be sold. In Freestone County, Texas, story by KWTX, Freestone County deputies arrested 2 women after authorities say one of the women shot towards 2 men and authorities found methamphetamine at the scene. One woman was charged with 2 counts of attempted murder and manufactured delivery of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 greater than or equal to 4 grams and less than 200 grams. A second woman was charged with manufacture delivery of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 greater than or equal to 4 grams and less than 200 grams. On May 26, at around 6 a.m., deputies with the Freestone County Sheriff's Office responded to a residence in the west side of the county on reports of a shooting. When deputies arrived on scene, authorities say they found that 2 men were shot at by a woman and one of the men ran into the woods. Authorities detained 2 women at the scene to investigate the shooting further and requested help from the Teague Volunteer Fire Department to help find the man who ran into the woods. After speaking with everyone at the scene, authorities say they found evidence to support a shooting occurred, including bullet holes in the exterior walls and bullet casings. One of the women was subsequently arrested and charged with 2 counts of attempted murder. Authorities continued to investigate the scene and say they found 137 grams (4.8 ounces) of liquid methamphetamine and 6 grams of crystal methamphetamine. The second woman was arrested and charged with manufacture delivery of a controlled substance in penalty group 1 greater than or equal to 4 grams and less than 200 grams. The woman who was initially arrested received the same charge while in custody. Authorities say everyone involved in the incident was uninjured. Story by Tim McMahon. 2-time NBA champion and Hall of Famer Bill Walton has died of cancer at the age of 71, the NBA announced Monday. Bill Walton was truly one of a kind, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said in a statement. As a Hall of Fame player, he redefined the center position. His unique all-around skills made him a dominant force at UCLA and led to an NBA regular season and Finals MVP, 2 NBA championships and a spot on the NBA's 50th and 75th anniversary teams. Bill then translated his infectious enthusiasm and love for the game to broadcasting, where he delivered insightful and colorful commentary which entertained generations of basketball fans. But what I will remember most about him was his zest for life. He was a regular presence at league events, always upbeat, smiling ear to ear and looking to share his wisdom and warmth. I treasured our close friendship, envied his boundless energy and admired the time he took with every person he encountered. 2024 NCAA Baseball Tournament Bracket, Road to College World Series unveiled. Story by Steve Gardner. The road to Omaha and the College World Series has been revealed, and it will likely run through Knoxville, Tennessee. The Tennessee Volunteers have been awarded the top overall seed in the field of 64, which was revealed Monday on the NCAA Tournament Selection Show. The Vols, 46-10, have held the spot in the USA Today Sports Baseball Coaches Poll for 30 of the 32 weeks this season. They're one of top 16 overall teams who will serve as regional hosts as the double elimination tournament is set to get underway later this week. Here's how the 2024 CWS bracket stacks up. The Florida Gators take batting practice before their game against the LSU Tigers in the 2023 College World Series final at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. Stephen Branscombe, USA Today Sports. College World Series Bracket 2024. All times Eastern. Knoxville Regional. 1. Tennessee vs. Northern Kentucky. Indiana vs. Southern Miss. Greenville Regional. 16. East Carolina vs. Evansville. VCU vs. Wake Forest. Norman Regional. 9. Oklahoma vs. Oral Roberts. Connecticut vs. Duke. Tallahassee Regional. 8. Florida State vs. Stetson. UCF vs. Alabama. Fayetteville Regional. 5. Arkansas vs. SE Missouri. Kansas State vs. Louisiana Tech. Charlottesville Regional. 12. Virginia vs. Pennsylvania. Street. Johns vs. Mississippi State. Tucson Regional. 13. Arizona vs. Grand Canyon. West Virginia vs. Dallas Baptist. Chapel Hill Regional. 4. North Carolina vs. Long Island. Wofford vs. LSU. College Station Regional. 2. Texas A&M vs. Grambling. Texas vs. Louisiana. Santa Barbara Regional. 14. UC Santa Barbara vs. Fresno State. Oregon vs. San Diego. Clemson Regional. 6. Clemson vs. High Point. Coastal Carolina vs. Vanderbilt. Stillwater Regional. 11. Oklahoma State vs. Niagara. Florida vs. Nebraska. Athens Regional. 7. Georgia vs. Army. Georgia Tech vs. UNC Wilmington. Raleigh Regional. 10. NC State vs. Bryant. James Madison vs. South Carolina. Corvallis Regional. 15. Oregon State vs. Tulane. Nichols vs. UC Irvine. Lexington Regional. 3. Kentucky vs. Western Michigan. Illinois vs. Indiana State. Super Regional matchups. Winner of Knoxville Regional vs. winner of Greenville Regional. Winner of Norman Regional vs. winner of Tallahassee Regional. Winner of Fayetteville Regional vs. winner of Charlottesville Regional. Winner of Chapel Hill Regional vs. winner of Tucson Regional. Winner of College Station Regional vs. winner of Santa Barbara Regional. Winner of Clemson Regional vs. winner of Stillwater Regional. Winner of Athens Regional vs. winner of Raleigh Regional. Winner of Lexington Regional vs. winner of Corvallis Regional. NCAA Baseball Tournament.
You have tuned into NCC News TeXas and abroad here on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today. If you have any news in your area that you think is newsworthy, please send us the source link and destination of the story. We broadcast out of Southeast Texas, but we cover North, South, East and West Texas as well as surrounding areas. If you want to hear about the areas that you are in, let us know what your city and state is. We look forward to hearing from you. Our photojournalist is DT Collins, who has worked for or created content for television, radio and print production with over 20 years of experience. Don't forget to subscribe to NCC News TeXas. This concludes our broadcast. Tune in and watch each episode as we spread the news in your area. If you have news that you want aired here on NCC News TeXas, send it to us. We want to keep you informed through each broadcast.